Hey guys, what's up? Tori here, and Happy New Year, Happy 2020 to you guys. I know this video is a wee bit late. It's January 5 today, so it's been the new year for a couple of days, but my life's busy. That's all I'm gonna say there. But I'm just going to do my kind of regular, 2019 like recap / 2020 goals video for you guys. Just because this 2019 was a crazy wild year full of adventure and so much busyness and all of that. And like, just looking back on 2019, for me personally, 2019 actually was a really good year. There were a few minor rough things here and there, but every year has those, like, no matter what, there's gonna be some rough moments in there. Not everything's not gonna be all sunshine and rainbows all the time. Like, that's just not how life is. But overall, 2019 was a really good year. And my only like major goals that I had for 2019 were just like continuing to keep up with my health and weight, both mentally, physically, and all that, and to continue just doing the best I could in life in general with everything, and also wedding planning goals, and ultimately getting married and finding Matt and I a house. Those were pretty much the goals that I had set for 2019, and those goals all definitely happened. So 2019, like, to start off the year, like, Matt and I were engaged at the very beginning of the year. It actually was a little over a year ago now that Matt proposed to me and we got engaged. So starting right away in 2019 was wedding planning craziness. Like, there was so much wedding planning stuff going on throughout all of 2019 up until my wedding day. Just there was lots of different things going on, dress shopping, looking for flowers and venues, and getting decor ready and all that stuff. Like, just lots of wedding planning stuff was going on. And then Matt and I were house hunting at the beginning of the year, and we did find our perfect home here, in which I'm in now. I'm actually in our office room right now. And we did ultimately find this house and buy this house, and this house is so perfect for us. It has everything that we need. It has the barn for Matt and all his tractors, and the house itself was perfect for me. The kitchen is what sold me on this house, because I love to cook and bake, and having a really good kitchen for that was just kind of like at the top of my priority list in finding a house. And my kitchen's amazing. I love it, and I love this house in general. It just is such a perfect house for Matt and I and for what we need. It fits all of our needs and is great. The only thing Matt ever says that he wishes for this house is that it did have maybe a little bit more land on it, but to find a house with like this that has even more land on it is really hard around here. So, I mean, we kind of were limited, but when this house came along, it just was perfect. And when it was kind of in our price range, like, it just was perfect for us. And finding this house was such a go God thing. Like, it was a really great thing for us to find this house. And also in 2019 was my trip to Costa Rica, and that was such like a huge non-scale victory thing. That entire trip was because I was able to fly on the airplane with absolutely no issues. I could sit in the seat and buckle it and all that. Like, it was great, and I could enjoy everything on that trip to its fullest. I wasn't like getting super exhausted and tired and worn out. Like, I could do all the hiking and stuff I wanted. Sorry, that was the dog barking. One of the dogs barking. And climbing like the volcano and enjoying time on the beach. This last year, swimsuit wise, I actually got a bikini in this last year, which was a huge thing for me, and I wore it and felt really great in it. Like, that was a huge thing for me. And so yeah, that trip to Costa Rica too just was so amazing. Like, I would do that trip over and over again if I could. I grew so much closer to God and to a lot of really amazing people from my church. It was just an amazing, amazing trip, and I would definitely do it all over again if I could. So that was another great thing in 2019. And then, like I said, we brought up buying the house. The one like major bump in the road that happened was me having to have my gallbladder removed when I was having that horrible abdominal pain, and I ended up in the ER, and it was found that my gallbladder was full of gallstones, and I had to have that removed. That was probably the only like big major like bump in the road and things in life, but it's still, I guess in the grand scheme of things, was still fairly minor. Like, it could have been a lot worse. It was a super easy fix. I just went in for a very minor outpatient surgery, and They were able to remove my gallbladder, and then it was just healing from there, and the healing went great with it. I didn't have any complications with the healing whatsoever. It went all very smooth, and within a couple of weeks I was 100% back to normal and able to get back to doing my everyday things. I'm just not a patient person when it comes to healing from surgeries, so that's just my only flaw there. But honestly, it all went really good, and even though that was a hiccup bump in the road, it still could have been a lot worse, and I'm grateful that that's all it was, and it just was something I could easily get through and deal with. And then also in the middle of stuff was work, my work life for a while there. Work was not pleasant for a while there, and that mostly had to do with a couple of the people that I worked with, and they both are no longer there. They both quit. One of them was my former lead teacher, and one of them was the morning assistant, and they just were not nice to me. I felt like I was constantly walking on eggshells with them, and I could never do anything right, and everything was always my fault, and I was just a horrible person, a horrible teacher. At least that's how I felt when it came to them, because nothing I ever did was right, and I could never be human. Like, it was never okay if I did make a small mistake, or if I forgot something, or whatever. Like, it was not okay for me to be human ever with them, and there was a couple of different times that they actually had me in tears, like they were making me feel so bad and so awful, and work was really stressful. But then when I found, like, I was really close to quitting myself, but then when I found out they were going to be quitting, and then I put in for the lead teacher job and got the lead teacher job, that's what kept me there. And now they are both gone, and me and my co-lead are now taking over the room, and things already are so much more relaxed and less stressful in the room. And it's only been a couple of weeks since they've both been gone. Like, they literally have only both been gone for like 2 weeks. Like, it's 2.5 weeks-ish. So it's literally already feels so much better in the room, and I'm really looking forward to being one of the leads in the room, and to have this new adventure in my career of being a lead teacher versus an assistant teacher. And I'm very excited for all the growth and learning opportunities that are to come with being a lead instead of an assistant. There's some like nervous things there too, as this is definitely new for me, but I'm still really excited about it. I think it'll be really good, and the fact that I have a co-lead with me who's already has lead teacher experience, like the fact that I have her, and she's so amazing, and I know she'll be willing to help out and help me out with things regardless, and I will be there to help her out, and her and I already work really good together, so I think it's going to be great. And then once we have a new assistant starting with us this coming week, and then there's going to be one more person that they have to hire yet for our room, and I think once we get our good solid team together in our room, I think things are going to be really great for us, for the kids. Like, I'm very excited about this. So things were a little bit rough at work for a while, but then getting the lead teacher promotion in 2019 was a great thing. Being up to full time and my pay getting increased and all that, and now just going to be having a much better work environment is great. So there's that. And then obviously the biggest thing to happen in 2019 was my wedding and getting married to the man of my dreams, the most amazing guy to ever exist. I love Matt so much. He makes me so happy. He really cares about me. He is willing to do anything for me, and I'm the same way with him. Like, I'm willing to do anything for him and help him in any way he needs, and he's the same way for me. We have such a good relationship. We honestly, like, never fight, and if we do fight, like, it's like little, like, just like minor things that's like we squabble about it briefly and then we solve it and we move on. Like, it's not like we have yet to ever have like a major fight or argument. Like, we have never had like the whole time we were dating, and so far in our marriage, like, I mean, we've had tiny little disagreements that like we've discussed each other with, but we have never like had a big like fight with each other. So I mean, maybe it'll come someday, who knows, but you never know. But we have a really good relationship. We have really good communication. We pretty much tell each other everything, which is key in a marriage. And things are just going really well so far. And our wedding day was absolutely beautiful, perfect. And was everything I could have hoped for and then some. Like, it was seriously the best day of my entire life, and I would live that day over and over and over and over again if I could. It just was that great. It was a great, great, great day. And being married so far has been great as well. So now looking into the year 2020, what goals do I have for myself and Matt and all that in 2020? And basically, my main goal is just to continue on this life journey, this crazy life journey. Continue to always be the very best me I can be, to be my best self. If you follow me on Instagram, I've been using the hashtag a lot, be your best self. And that's just something that I am going to always continue to work on, and is another just goal to set for 2020, just to continue to be my best self, be the very best person I can be. Continue with my health, continue maintaining my weight. I pretty much maintained my weight in this last year. I bounced back and forth. Literally the highest weight I've seen in this last year is 165, and the lowest weight I've seen is 158. So literally it's kind of been bouncing in between that zone. Usually it's kind of between 158 and like 162 that I bounce between. 165 is like on the higher end, like when I've had like over the holidays. Like that's kind of what I'm at right now after the holidays. I'll admit I put on a couple pounds over the holidays. It happens. But so my goal is just to continue maintaining my health, both physically and mentally throughout this year. I still do go to my counseling, but I have kind of like scaled back on the amount of counseling I go to. I've been going like once a month for the last few months. Just kind of checking in, and I have a counseling appointment for this month for January made, and then after that we might just kind of do like every couple of months just as a check-in. Like we won't do it as often, and I definitely don't feel I need it as regularly anymore. I do still like going just once in a while just to have that check-in, so we might kind of scale back to, maybe every couple of months I'll see her versus every month, just because, I don't feel I need it as much anymore, but I still do kind of want to check in periodically, because it is nice to vent to somebody that isn't family, that's looking from the outside in, and to kind of help you through through different struggles and things like that periodically. So at this point, it's kind of just going to be planned checking in on with her once in a while. And like physically just continue. Like I've been finally starting to get back into going to the gym again in these last couple of weeks, and I plan on just getting really back into going to the gym as often as I can. I have decided that I am going to be okay though if I can't make it every day for whatever reason. Like I'm just going to try to go as often as I can throughout the week. My main goal is going to be to make it at least 2 to 3 times each week. Excuse me. So that's kind of where I'm at with that with the gym. I would ideally for sure like to make it at least 3 times a week if I can, and if I'm able to make it all 5 days that I typically go, great. If not, that's okay too. I just want to do my best to maintain my health. Oh, excuse me. I've been fighting like allergies, cold, all that. But so yeah, that's just to continue to maintain that is where I'm at with that. And as far as work goes, just to be the very best teacher I can be to my kids, and to always just do the best I can at work, and to best serve the families too, not just the kids but their parents as well. Serve them the best I can, and just be the best teacher that I can be, and just always do my best there. And as far as like, and just also continue always to work on my faith. I was doing daily devotional all last year, and I plan on doing it again this year. I have a new devotional coming in the mail actually that I'm hoping to start, and just continue to keep up with my faith as well. Continue to always work on that. And then as far as Matt and I go, continue to always just work on our relationship, and continue to build our relationship and make it stronger and better. Always continue to work on that. And our biggest goal for this year is we are hoping to start having a family in this coming year. I am going to flat out admit it. I actually do have an appointment made to get my IUD removed for the end of this month. On January 31 is when I go into the doctor, and I'm going to get my IUD removed. And we decided to go ahead and do that because, for one, I don't know what my body is going to be like once I get my IUD out. I don't know if my periods are going to be regular and normal or not, because I never had a regular normal period before. but I was told it was due to my weight, and that if I lost the weight, then I wouldn't have issues with my period anymore. But I have not tested that theory since I've lost weight, because I've had my IUD to help with my menstrual cycle issues, and I've never not had my IUD in since I've lost weight. So that'll definitely be kind of an interesting thing to see what happens and what my body does once I get my IUD out. So definitely sometime in 2020, chances are I'm going to be pregnant at some point in 2020, and I just hope and pray that everything goes smooth with that, because I've always wanted to be a mom. So being able to start that journey of becoming a mom is really exciting, and me and Matt decided to start trying now because, like I said, I don't know how my body's gonna be and react, and if I'll get pregnant right away or if it'll take a while, who knows. So we just kind of wanted to get started with the process, and because he's 27, I will be 26 in February, so we kind of just said, like, we want to still be fairly young while we're having kids. Like, we don't want to be older. We want to be able to, you know, have some energy in life while we're raising our kids too. So that's why we decided that we're kind of ready to begin the process of trying for kids. So a goal in 2020 is to get pregnant, not necessarily have the baby in 2020, because, you know, if I don't get pregnant right away, it could be at the very beginning of 2021 that I end up having a baby. But definitely getting pregnant sometime in this year is a goal, and to start having a family. And I'm so excited about that too, because Matt is going to be a great dad. I'm excited to see him as a dad, because he's so amazing with my nieces and nephews that I know he'll be amazing as a dad. So and I plan to just continue to document as much of what is going on in my life as I continue to grow and transform. As you see, my channel is now Transforming Tori. I plan to just share as much of it as I can with you, maybe try getting into like vlogging things a little bit more, and share my life and journey with you guys. So that is what I have for 2020. All I can say is God is so good. He's been really good to us, and even in the hard times, he's still good, because he's always there. And I'm so excited to see what 2020 will bring and all the adventures that are to come. And I hope you guys had a really wonderful new year, and that you have a fantastic 2020, and that God gives you many blessings, and your journeys just continue to be ever growing. So I'm going to end it here. I love you guys so much. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.